Remember when your sister Pam opened just before the class at one time?
Yeah, yeah,
And, came to the seminar and then she was
yep.
practicing online, and all of a sudden we all got a text. Hey, my window just opened, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's so exciting, that's like
Yeah.
that's a moment you never
It
forget.
Yep.
is. That's
Yeah.
so true. My first thing was Rob's Vision Without Eyes shirt. Remember? He was kneeling in front of me, and I'm like, oh, I can see the VWE.
Well, and of course, Artie here with her watch. I see my watch.
Yeah.
It was that watch right there, Artie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Neil, when did you first come open? Was it in Orlando or were you already coming
Yeah.
open
No,
before?
no, in Orlando. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was on right before Nikki, where I was working with her, and
Yep.
then like I was able to see a little bit, but then when we did like the open wide and smile really big, then like I can read the words and stuff, so that was pretty cool.
Wow. So that was pretty exciting.
Wow.
And of course, it's emotional for some people. Look at, was it Chad in Orlando?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
he was quite emotional. Different other people, it's like their brain,
Austin.
Austin. Yeah, it
Austin.
was Austin. Yeah, it was Austin.
Yeah, it was Austin.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're thinking of. Yeah, he was like crying.
Well, because your left brain is saying, but this is impossible. But
Yeah.
the right brain is saying, well, I'm doing it. I'm sorry. And the left
Yeah,
brain is
I
like,
can
but it can't
understand that.
be.
It is such a profound moment, when you realize that you are capable of doing something that others believe is impossible,
Yeah.
and that the mind is cooperating, and yeah, I can understand how emotional it can
Yeah.
make you. Yeah.
Well, and look at Keith in Orlando as well, Heidi.
Yeah, he was so excited. So
Yeah.
excited. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Then we
So
got you to open.
I know I was surprised too that I reopened, and I was so surprised because where are the cards? I don't have them here, but I was seeing the card have a 9-degree angle, and then when I actually lifted my mask up and looked, the card was rounded. And I but
Wow.
but but the crazy thing was is it was my brain was I was seeing in real time, and wherever I moved the card, I was seeing it move 1 to 1 in my real time window. It had like a border around it, right? And I saw it as a very thick border, right? So two things were crazy about it. When I lifted my mask, I saw that the card was rounded. It didn't have points on the outside. I thought, but that's weird. Even when I was moving it, I saw it as pointed because I never actually touched the corners, you see. I was just holding the card. I mean, who would even think? And then when I saw the border was a lot thinner than what it actually showed in real on the card. But the card itself, everywhere I moved it, it matched 1 to 1 with how I was moving it. To me, it was like I was, actually looking through the mask, and that it was okay. It's like a hole in the mask, but what my brain gave me and what the card was, there were two little glitches in the matrix, right? It was different. That's why I knew 100% that it was my mind
We're
sight.
trying to figure out it's like how your brain renders it is
Yeah.
what we're trying to figure out because I remember when I was at the seminar I was able to see behind the board, and then when I was working with Patrice I kept seeing the grass, and I know there was a card there because I could see a little movement, but I'm like, why am I seeing the grass? So it's like you said, you saw from your toe.
Yeah.
I was looking somewhere
Oh,
else, but I
wow.
didn't know where my vision was coming from.
Yeah.
Like I could have been seeing over there, but so that was weird. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
Well,
trying to figure out the rendering thing.
and eventually it all just normalizes anyways. With the feedback loop, and especially if you lift your mask up and see what it really is, then I think that loop closes with what your brain was giving you. So maybe next time it gives you a more accurate rendering. I don't know. Does
Hmm.
anybody have any thoughts around that?
When I do the after image practice, if I do it with my eyes, I get an after image, but if I look through my mask, I don't.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know.
Well, that's because the after image, Neil, is that something that exists in the eyeball itself or the
What
brain?
is the after image? Can you explain?
That's the concentric
Like,
squares, right?
like this one?
Yeah,
Ah,
Yeah.
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so Neil, doesn't it sort of burn the image into your retina, right?
I think so. Yeah, I think it's a retinal thing.
Yeah. So it's a local
Ah,
thing with your retina, but when you're looking with your mind sight, you're actually not seeing with your eyes.
that would explain it.
So you're not going to get an after image because you're seeing directly from your brain.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
But
Good to know.
it's just so bizarre. And that proves it too. That
Yeah.
proves it. Anybody else with comments before we get started?
The born blind people with NDEs, near-death experiences.
Yes,
So
yes,
you don't even need anything. So, but Rob, an interesting thing, right? Like people about that, the born blind people dying and seeing things, right, for
yes,
first time.
yeah,
So people are actually discarded either believe it or not believe it. But
yeah.
there is a middle data point in there is that one blind guy, he actually sees the hospital from the top above and he sees the snow outside, the tram going everywhere. But the tram actually doesn't look like a real tram. It's a rectangle with an arrow on it. So what does that mean?
Wow.
Well,
So, I
I
mean,
don't
it's
know.
like
I
a,
mean,
it's like,
it's weird.
he died. He died in the hospital. He don't have a brain,
Well,
but
yeah,
he's
I
seeing a
know.
rectangle.
So
Yeah,
bizarre. And it's like me. I think part of it was my brain was projecting. I didn't
right,
know it was,
right.
but it was knowing what the card should look like or what I
Yeah,
believed it to
yeah,
be look like.
exactly.
It
Your
was
belief. Yeah,
filling in everything, right?
yeah,
It was filling it all in. But then when I
yeah,
saw it, I was like, WTF, this
yeah,
is
exactly.
not
Yeah,
exactly what I was seeing. But the crazy thing was, wherever I moved the card, it was exactly 1 to 1 where I
right.
thought the card was. So that's why, I mean, I knew I was seeing, but it was only when I lifted my basket up and it was different, a little bit different. It's like, wow, I was seeing, but it didn't feel like mindsight. It just felt like I was, I guess, what does mindsight feel like anyway? But it felt like I was cheating, like I was looking through a hole in the mask somehow that everybody thinks. When I saw something, knew that I saw something different than what actually was, how can you argue against that to yourself, right? You
Yeah.
can't. You can't. And maybe my brain gave it that way to say, aha, see, I told you. And it's like, left brain, get out of here.
I have a video, Rob, if you want me to share. My friend made it of how she wore pinhole glasses,
Yeah, I've
and it
worn
kind of
those. Yeah.
shows how we see. Let me see if I can find it here.
Yeah,
Okay.
because people like back in the 1800s, they couldn't afford glasses. They would wear the pinhole glasses, right?
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
Oh,
because when you're looking through a pinhole, the depth of field becomes infinite. So you can see up really close in focus and you can see at distance in focus, whether you have nearsightedness or
Oh,
farsightedness.
here I found it.
hmm.
Okay, so
Wow.
let me pull this on my screen. There we go. Okay, so let me try to get this in. You see that?
Yep.
Now keep
Hmm.
watching. Just keep watching. We're trying to do a whole bunch of experiments. So, and then I have another one I'll show you here too. That's interesting.
What are we looking for?
Well, you see when you have the pinholes, keep watching. Keep watching the pinholes here and watch how they go away when she looks outside. It's kind of like how our mind sight renders through the mask. Do you see how it goes away?
Interesting.
Because it's so bright outside.
Well, it's our mind rendering.
Yeah, wow.
She put the camera in between the things. And so the camera actually did the rendering like our mind does, which is
Wow.
interesting.
That's
Isn't
bizarre,
that
eh?
wild?
Yeah, yeah.
And then there's this one too. Hang on. And this is showing our energy.
Somebody's
Look at
got their
that.
fingers together.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yep. Hmm.
that is.
Yeah. So, anyways, I'll close this. But I just thought I'd share that because we're trying to do some tests and studying. I thought that was interesting because that's how my mind sight went. Was you saw the holes and then it renders it.
Yeah. When you guys are seeing with your mind sight, is everything in focus? Like everything?
Yes, so far.
Okay. Now, Pat, you wear glasses.
I do. They're actually so I don't have to wear my prescription glasses anymore, but I'm so used to wearing glasses for reading that
Okay.
my mind thinks that I need them, so I'm actually at the lowest possible level.
No.
Pretty
Okay.
soon I'm just going to have to take the glass out of them and just have the frame.
A good selling tool for you is that I wear my glasses to protect my eye because I only have one eye.
Hmm.
So I always have glasses on no matter what. But when I take my glasses off, I can force my vision now to read smaller print.
Wow.
Ah,
So
Wow.
it takes a few seconds, like my phone in the middle of the night. I'll look at my phone and I can't see it without my glasses for reading. Like I'm like you, the close. And if I force it, try that, Pat. It will come. Well,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, so
So,
my vision has actually improved because you remember the eye stretches that you guys had us do? So I do those every day, actually several times a day. And so my vision, I have an eye chart on the wall behind a door. and I've checked, and my vision has actually improved quite a bit.
What are
Wow.
your
The
eyesight
8 months.
moves? I don't know what those are.
Just like roll your eyes up as far as they'll go, and hold that there for a while. You just start out with, like, I count to like 25 or 30, and then you roll them down and look as far down as you can and hold it there, and then you look right as far as you can and left as far as you can, and you just do those, and it helps the muscles, put your eyes back into proper shape. So my vision was 2050, and now it's 2025.
Wow.
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 So yeah,
Yeah.
over 8 months time, 9
Wow.
months. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't really done those exercises too much. I know
Yeah.
we will do that. We've done that in the past to help your mindset come open. You just, look to one side for a bit, look to the other. You can go around, you can make squares, you can go in a circle. It helps. And for many folks, their eyesight improves, and a lot of people think it's the actual mindsight overlaying on top of your normal vision. Now, Pat, in your case, you might actually be improving your actual eyesight as well.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah. It's a win for me either
Well,
way.
that's right. Who wants to wear glasses? But,
Yeah.
as you get older, it's kind of a fact of life for most people, right? All right. Well, let's get started, you guys. Let's give Ravi the player's choice.
Color dice.
Colored dice. And what do you want me to do with it?
Pick two of them, and we'll go with the color and number.
Okay. I'm going to pick two. And do they have the same number or two different numbers, Ravi?
Different, yeah.
Okay, I'm looking at the two colors. There's one in one hand. So even reach your hand out and pretend to feel a dice. What color does it feel like? And then see what number shows up on the two colors. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Okay, don't look what Heidi's got, you guys. She
Yeah.
got it bang
Yeah, don't.
on.
Wow.
Okay, let's see what everybody's got. And Neil, what have you got? Oh my goodness, you're very close. So we got a runner up. Heidi, show it
Wow.
in your screen. And then I'm going to show you guys. Heidi got the red 4 and the green yellow.
Wow.
Well done.
Wow.
And
That
Neil,
is the
you're the
showstopper.
runner up. Neil's the runner up with a red 4 and a yellow 3.
Wow.
Wow.
Look.
So you know what? We're going to end right there. It's 8:05. And Heidi, you got it bang on. And Neil,
Wow.
That was
That's
weird.
incredible.
you were so close also. Well
That was
done.
fun. Thank you.
Wow. Heidi
Yeah.
continues to amaze me
Yeah.
sometimes.
Do you practice?
I tried to today. I was kind of rushing around. I wanted to tell Rob too. I went to the eye doctor today because they check on my bad eye, and I have a new doctor now, and he's open to all this stuff.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic.
Yay.
That actually helps a lot.
Videos, and his wife is into all this stuff, so it's kind of fun. He's like, I wrote down Vision Without Eyes for him to research and stuff. So
Good. Well, you just blew us
Yes.
away right at the end
Yeah.
here, Heidi. You got
Yeah.
the exact color
Yes.
and you got the exact number for both dice. What are the chances? And Neil, you got both numbers correct in the one color, and even the yellow is close to green anyway,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
That's
So-
kind of same.
You were very close on that also.
woohoo.
So well done, you guys.
Yeah,
That
I
was
think Art-
amazing.
Have a good week, you guys. Tomorrow is Canada Day for us in Canada. And then,
All
of
right.
course, Thursday we'll see you guys. And then Friday is 4th of July for you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Well done, everybody, especially Heidi and Neil. Bye-bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye.
Everyone.